now the next one's up for Uncle Joe. If I've got this, I haven't screwed this up yet, so we got Joe and Mary Ann and Mike and
We're unprepared.
Yes,
That's why we're all up here.
I go first because I'm the oldest.
And that's the first time she's ever said it.
I actually sold my birthright to him a few years ago. Since both my parents are here, we wanted to just take a moment to acknowledge their 68th wedding anniversary. When you take your wedding vows, you know, they talk about for better or worse. But I have to tell you, I mean, the past few years, as you all know, have been very challenging for us. But even the times that have been difficult, because there's been such incredible love, they're still good. And Dad, you're an amazing testament to that. So I just want to recall one very brief memory. Because the Machino brothers worked insane hours, Sunday was the only time we got to spend time with our dad. So for me, a really special time was Sunday morning after Mass. Mom would be upstairs making Pillsbury cinnamon buns, which was very exciting. And Dad would be downstairs playing the piano. I would sit on the bench beside him, and Dad had 3 songs in his repertoire: Yellowbird, Sorrento, and the big drama, The Days of Wine and Roses. And all on the white keys.
hey, that's okay. Let me tell you, that's okay.
And that's just it'll be a lifelong special memory, Dad.
I just want to share one story. Peter touched on it, the fact that we grew up together. The first 8 or 9 years of my life, we shared this big backyard. And in the summer, it was just chaos. But we had baseball games. And I just know we had, it was just with the guys and the girls. We set up home plate in one corner, and we played baseball. I think one of the rules was if you hit the ball onto the roof, it was a home run. But I think all the games finally came to an end. I don't know if it was me or Tom, one of the other big guys. We put a ball right through one of the bedroom windows at the top. And I think that was the last time we ever played baseball in the backyard. But in the winter, as Peter said, we had this magnificent skating rink. And the Machino family has many talented hockey players. You're not looking at 3 of them. But I remember, as Peter said, Uncle Tom and my dad, they would be out there after they would work bananas all day long, and they'd be out there sliding the rink at night. And it was cold, it was below 0. And the thing I remember is that they just wore sweaters. My dad had this green sweater with black and white trim, and Uncle Tom had this white sweater. And I was a little kid, but I knew it was cold out there because I was sitting behind the dining room window safely and warm. And they're out there in these sweaters, just flooding the rain. And I thought, well, now I think back and I think, geez, how dedicated they were after long days of work to be out there in below 0 temperatures, just doing that for us. And then just a side note, about 10 years ago, I decided to do a skating rink in my own backyard for my girls. And so I set up the boards and all that. And
Did you have a sweater?
well, and I thought, well, Lily said, you know what you're doing? I said, don't worry. I grew up watching my dad on make a ring, right? I did everything wrong, but somehow it turned out. But the first day I went out there, I thought, Dad wore a sweater. So I went out with just a sweater. I lasted about 10 seconds. Went in, put on 2 more sweaters, a parka, hat, I just couldn't do it. But anyway, I was just amazed at how dedicated they were to their families, to be out there every freezing night to make this rink, so that I could learn to be a baseball player.
Okay, so I'm the youngest of the 3, as you can probably all see.
What's that supposed to mean?
So I have a warehouse story. What would a gathering of Machinos be without a warehouse story? And my story involves one of the characters at the warehouse, and there were many. But this fellow by the name of Paul Rizzo. So Paul was a rather short Italian fellow who had an injury from the war. I think he might have burned his hands. So his hands were the inside was all ruined. And he couldn't open his hands up more than about that, which meant he really couldn't work, but it was great for picking up banana box. But anyway, he was getting some disability benefits, I guess. So Uncle Tom hired him, and he paid him cash so that it wouldn't affect his disability benefits. And there was a time when Paul got sick for quite a long period of time, and he had a young son and a wife. And you gotta remember, those are the days when there were no benefits. You know, there's no such thing as disability benefits or sick leave or sick pay. And Machino Banana Company, if you didn't work, you didn't get paid, right? That's just the way it was. But I remember that through that period, it was quite an extensive period, that they decided to keep paying him all that time, even though he wasn't working. And Uncle Army went out and bought groceries for the family, delivered it to the home. So it's really a testament to Uncle Armin, Uncle Tom, and to Dad. Thank you so much for being such great role models for all of us, and teaching us Machinos to be Machino men, what it really means to be a man. Thank you very much.